morning, everyone. Good day, and welcome to the second leg of UP Manila SILab's webinar series IOL 101. Let us welcome Mr. Gerard Paolo Villanueva to present the FHIR 101. Sir Paolo.
Okay, I think everybody can see my screen now. And I'm here today to provide a brief introduction to HL7 FHIR. So let's start. So by the end of this webinar, the participants should be able to, these are our objectives. First is understand the value of using FHIR. Then understand the origin and need for HL7 FHIR. Then explore the structure and interoperability mechanisms of HL7 FHIR, specifically the HL7 FHIR specifications. Then we'll also tackle the benefits and limitations of HL7 FHIR. And again, interoperability is the ability of systems to exchange data between them. We have two types of interoperability. First is the semantic standards. The second type of interoperability is syntactic. This is where we set standards for the structure and format of the data being transmitted. It's like agreeing on a common language or file format, like example XML and JSON file, but it doesn't define what the data means. So for the meaning of the data, that will be semantic standards. Semantic for the meaning of the data, syntactic for the how the data is being represented or sent. FHIR or FHIR means Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resources. FHIR is standards that helps the exchange, transmission, transferring of data, or specifically the electronic healthcare information or data. So before, HL7 was focused on clinicians. Now with FHIR, we try to focus towards the implementers, developers, systems analysts, informatics professionals, or anyone involved in making systems work. So for the FHIR manifesto, FHIR uses 80-20 rule. So FHIR-based specification is designed and intended to get the 80% of existing systems specification and majority of implementations around the world. So the other 20% are the remaining data elements that can be tweaked or customized. The reason for this is to keep the FHIR less complex, to keep it more easily implemented, and some data are necessary for your use case, but not necessary in other use cases. Another question maybe is, what will happen if I cannot find the right resources or elements that I need? There's a way to extend the specification if you needed to, so we call that FHIR extension. Another FHIR manifesto is FHIR is free. It is licensed under Creative Commons. This license allows any form of reuse and is one of the key reasons for the popularity of the FHIR specification. These developed APIs and specifications are also tested on what we call connectathon events. A connectathon is derived from the word connectivity marathon, to test the interoperability of health information systems in a structured environment using real-world use cases and clinical scenarios. So right now, in the R5, the version R5, there are currently 158 FHIR resources. For the people who are just starting with FHIR, it's better to check it according to the category or categorize. Here's an example of, if you go to HL7 FHIR website, this is the patient resource. So here are the example of FHIR resources that we usually encounter when we do mapping in our previous experiences in VH project, claim forms. Of course, we handle patient demographics most of the time. That's why we use patient resources. FHIR will provide better data sharing. So for patient perspective, more data will inform patients about their health and help them make better decisions for themselves. So FHIR improves data integrity, accuracy, consistency, and reduces redundancy by standardizing data structures, enforcing validation, and enabling secure and real-time data exchange. For better data mining, so data science refers to how data is automatically mined for insights. FHIR can make integrations more streamlined with reduced costs and improved efficiencies. So what is an implementation guide? It's a set of rules on how particular interoperability or standards problem is solved through the use of FHIR resources. FHIR is just like an iceberg. There's a lot of more to learn than what we can see right now. So what I presented actually is just a little part of the tip of the iceberg. So there, back to you, Gabby. Thank you.
Yeah, so we invite everyone to the Bootcamp Manila Digital Health Interoperability Bootcamp that's happening on February 2025. So we haven't yet released the final details, but please stay tuned and follow our social media accounts for more updates.